quite a game last night.
Yes, it was. We're all tired today. Congratulations to the Badgers, Big Ten champions.
Yep, and they'll be complete solo champions if they beat Nebraska on Sunday.
Yes, when they beat Nebraska.
When. Spring is in the air.
Yes, it is. It feels great. And later this hour, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will join us. She's going to be taking your plant and garden questions live.
But first, here's the headlines.
Hello, Wisconsin. You can hear me across the river. Hello, Minnesota.
President Biden calling to build a better America literally today in Wisconsin, why he says now is the time to invest in our bridges.
New video shows the aftermath of a Russian missile attack in Ukraine. How soon both sides say they'll get back to the table and try to end the war.
Plus a somewhat calmer day at Madison Memorial High School while the district tries to sort through unsettling weeks of threats. That's all coming up. But first, let's take a look outside. The big meltdown.
Ice is fading fast.
Colder, but just for a day. Dana's in the backyard. Almost mid-50s on Saturday?
Yes. Could see some areas in the upper 50s. So it is a brief cool down for our Thursday. We bounce right back up by the weekend. As we look at our Doppler track, we've had a cloudy sky for much of the day. That's brought along a few isolated spots of drizzle and some flurries. That's going to continue for us through the evening as far as just having some isolated drizzle spots and isolated flurry spots over the next few hours. Otherwise, a cloudy sky expected for this evening and tonight. Temperatures right now in the low 40s yet again. But notice wind speeds picking up just a little bit. Right now, wind speeds mid to low teens, enough that you'll certainly notice it. 52 currently in Janesville and in Monroe. Right at 50 right now in Monroe points. That colder air just north of Dane County. That's going to settle in through the rest of the state. You can see that temperature drop also over the last 24 hours north of Dane County, while we're still just a little bit warmer than this time yesterday for Rock and Greene counties right now. So the cooler temps building in this evening, overnight, and sticking with us for Thursday. But again, a quick drop. We'll be back to mild weather for Friday and for the weekend. Saturday is going to come along with some showers, possibly even a few rumbles of thunder mixed in there. But we'll take a closer look at your full 10 day in just a few minutes. As far as traffic is concerned right now, no accidents to report in Dane County, which is always good news. East and westbound along the Beltline, all is green. And for Janesville right now, no delays either. North and southbound on the interstate should be nice and smooth. From the Beltline to Janesville, about 24 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, about 18 minutes for us this evening. Again, a little breezy outside this evening, a little cooler tomorrow, but I think Mark's going to be excited for those Saturday temperatures.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Dana, thank you. On the heels of his first State of the Union address, President Biden is in the Badger State.
The president is speaking today in Superior, where he says the bipartisan infrastructure law will make a big difference. Brady Mallory joins us now with more on what the president had to say. Brady.
Well, the president's visit began over the border in Duluth, Minnesota, but President Biden and the First Lady then drove over from the airport to Wisconsin for his first visit since last summer. In his speech at UW Superior, Biden touted the money heading to Wisconsin and Minnesota from the infrastructure law. $5.4 billion for Wisconsin and $4.8 billion for Minnesota. According to the White House, the two states combined have more than 1,700 bridges in poor condition.
America used to have the best infrastructure in the world, the best bridges, roads, airports, etc. Now our infrastructure ranks number 13 in the world, according to the World Economic Forum. You can't compete for jobs in the 21st century if we don't fix that. That's why it was so important to pass the bipartisan infrastructure law.
During the president's trip, he also made a visit to the Blatnick Memorial Bridge in Superior. That's where he met with several members of a construction crew, as well as Governor Evers and Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. In his first State of the Union address last night, Biden said the U.S. will begin fixing more than 65,000 miles of highway and 1,500 bridges this year.
Brady, thank you. Wisconsin GOP Congressman Tom Tiffany is in Superior today for the president's speech. Tiffany says President Biden showed weakness last year when he pulled the U.S. out of Afghanistan, and he says Vladimir Putin is now taking advantage of that.
That action on January 20th of 2021 emboldened people like Vladimir Putin. They saw America as weak. And then when you had the Afghanistan war, that was just simply a debacle. No other way to put it. President Biden put America's tail between its legs and came back home.
Tiffany says he was also concerned last night when the president talked about expanding the role of government.
In Eastern Europe, Russia and Ukraine say they're both ready to resume talks to end the bloody war.
But for now, nothing has been scheduled as the assault on Ukraine continues. Deborah Alfarone has the latest from Washington.
The Russian military has intensified its bombardment of major cities across Ukraine. In Kharkiv, Russian missiles heavily damaged a government building. Just 80 miles west of the capital, firefighters battled a blaze in the aftermath of a suspected Russian airstrike. The mayor said the target was a residential building near a hospital. At least 4 people died, including a young child. In the south, Russians have launched sweeping offensives on strategic port cities along the Black Sea. With the Russians advancing, Ukrainian soldiers and civilians are digging in, determined to defend their nation, whatever the cost. Speaking from a heavily guarded compound, Ukraine's president pleaded for more help. He says if Ukraine falls, Russian troops will be on Poland's border.
President Biden had some tough words for Russia last night. He vowed to make President Vladimir Putin pay a price for his invasion of Ukraine.
He thought he could divide us at home, in this chamber, in this nation. He thought he could divide us in Europe as well. But Putin was wrong.
At the United Nations in New York, the General Assembly approved a resolution demanding Russia withdraw from Ukraine.
We stand together in holding Russia accountable for its violations of international law.
The vote was 141 to 5, with 35 abstentions. It came after the 193-member assembly convened its first emergency session since 1997. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
And Russia is facing more economic backlash from big companies. Apple has stopped selling iPhones and other products, while ExxonMobil says it's preparing to shut down production and investment in development projects.
In response to the invasion, Woodman's says it'll no longer sell Russian vodka. Some states, including Ohio, have already banned the sale of Russian alcohol, but we likely won't see that here in Wisconsin. That's because our liquor sales are privately run, so Governor Evers can't take that executive action. His office says it's reviewing other possible actions instead, but they haven't said what those would possibly be. Airbnb is helping out Ukrainian refugees. The company says it'll provide temporary housing to about 100,000 people who are leaving the country. Airbnb's CEO is also calling on people in Poland and Germany to open rooms for Ukrainians in need. While this is a short-term solution, the company says it will work with governments to get as many people as possible situated. With all that's unfolding in Ukraine right now, new information is coming in constantly, and it's updated in a special section of channel3000.com. You can find that section right on the homepage. Just scroll down to Crisis in Ukraine. You'll also find a page with information on how you can help the people of Ukraine. More political news today. The U.S. Supreme Court may soon have its first black woman on the bench.
But first, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will have to win over some U.S. senators. She met with at least 4 of them today.
I've read and studied the judge's career. I've heard so many good things from so many people. And now I look forward to meeting her in person and sort of fleshing out all the great things that we've read about.
While Judge Jackson is only meeting with 4 senators today, including Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, the White House says any of them can schedule a meeting. Republican Senator Mitt Romney is reportedly taking her up on that offer. At the state capitol, lawmakers are moving closer to making threatening a health care worker a felony. The bill was discussed at a Senate committee hearing today. It would make it a felony to commit battery against or threaten a health care worker. The bill expands on an existing 2020 law that made battery against a nurse, an EMT, or a person working in an emergency department a felony. Last week, we looked into how healthcare systems around the state are reacting to this bill and why they say it's a step in the right direction. You can find that story right now on our website, channel3000.com.
Madison school leaders are still trying to figure out who called in bomb threats and a gun tip at Madison Memorial High School this week. Police confirmed there was another threat of this nature today, which they immediately found not to be credible. None of the calls appear to be legitimate. In addition to all this, there were two very small fires a student made in the bathrooms that staff quickly put out. We're told few students would even have noticed. A spokesperson said they always encourage students to call 911 if they feel unsafe, but to think twice about making unsubstantiated calls that strain resources.
Never experienced anything like this in the past, where we had an influx of threats coming into one school. So it's certainly something that we will be talking with collectively as school leaders and with our safety personnel to plan around if this should happen again.
There was increased police presence as well today at Memorial and nearby Jefferson Middle School.
The superintendent of the Madison School District says state leaders should spend Wisconsin's budget surplus on education. Dr. Carlton Jenkins says Governor Evers and the Republican leaders in the legislature need to work together to invest in our schools. Right now, the state has $5.5 billion in surplus.
We could easily give $343 back to our school systems. And wow, would that help Osseo, small district? Would that help Middleton? Would it help MMSD? Would it help Milwaukee? Would it help Racine? Would it help Stoughton? Yes.
Other speakers at today's event say investing in education will help build the state's workforce for the future. Governor Evers has called for a special session of the legislature focused on spending the surplus.
You may have heard that sound at noon today, but hopefully you didn't worry. Dane County was resuming its monthly outdoor siren testing. Testing will happen on the first Wednesday of each month from now through November. The sirens are not designed to be heard if you're inside. Turning to our COVID headlines now, Wisconsin DHS Secretary-designee says she supports the CDC's new metrics to monitor COVID, but she's reminding us that the pandemic is not over. The CDC released its updated guidance last week. In our viewing area, it is only Greene County with a high COVID count activity. That means a mask is recommended indoors. Rock and Lafayette counties are in the medium category. All others are in the low category.
Meanwhile, the White House is laying out a new plan for COVID aimed at getting things back to normal, but the plan still needs support from Congress to pay for it.
The president's plan launches a new Test to Treat initiative to provide individuals access to testing and treatment for free, all in one stop.
The White House plan lays out several goals protecting against and treating COVID, preparing for new variants, preventing businesses and school shutdowns, and helping vaccinate the rest of the world. We have much more on the plan and what it involves on our website, channel3000.com.
We're just 5 months out from primaries here in Wisconsin. After the break, Marquette School School poll. There we go. Charles Franklin joins us to break down the latest numbers.
And more Americans are getting back to work. A look at the newest jobs report straight ahead.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Dry eye symptoms driving you crazy? Inflammation might be to blame.
Time for Agent Burn.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those will probably pass by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts. Talk to an eye doctor about Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye. This year, there are more tax credits at stake than ever before. Thousands more. The tax pros at Jackson Hewitt will help track down every last dollar. Jackson Hewitt is here to make sure you don't miss a single deduction, so you can get your biggest refund guaranteed.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, that moment when we see a patient smile is everything to us. So whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we're here to help you. Go ahead and smile.
Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
Everyone remembers the moment they heard, "You have cancer," how their world stopped, and when they found a way to face it. For some, this is where their Keytruda story begins. Keytruda, a breakthrough immunotherapy that may treat certain cancers. One of those cancers is advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer, where Keytruda is approved to be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment if you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene.
Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
Today, Keytruda is FDA approved to treat 16 types of advanced cancer and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See the different types of cancer Keytruda is approved to treat at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda can be part of your story.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. Americans should expect to see interest rates start to rise in the near future.
That's right. Stephen, you got the prompter?
Yeah, he's got it.
Okay, sorry. The Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell told lawmakers on Capitol Hill the Fed plans to begin raising interest rates a quarter point this month.
We phased out our net asset purchases with inflation well above 2% and a strong labor market. We expect it will be appropriate to raise the target range for the federal funds rate at our meeting later this month.
Powell's announcement isn't surprising. In January, he said he expected an interest rate hike to happen this spring. As for the crisis in Ukraine, Powell says he's not sure what the effect will be just yet. Since the invasion began, oil futures shot up more than $100 per barrel.
The U.S. added more jobs than expected in February. 475,000 jobs created last month. That's according to the payroll firm ADP. Officials also made a revision to its January report. Instead of saying the U.S. lost 300,000 jobs, companies added more than 500,000. Most of the hires come from large companies and those in the leisure and hospitality sectors. And stocks jumped at that good economic news. The Dow Industrials added 596 points, ending the day at 33,891. The NASDAQ up 219 points. The S&P 500 gained 80. Well, President Biden gave his first State of the Union address last night.
The president called for unity on a tough response on Russia's invasion of Ukraine and also on some of the domestic challenges facing the country.
Well, how did it go over? And a new Marquette Law School poll was released today. The director of the poll, Charles Franklin, back with us again. Charles, good to see you.
Hi, Charles.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Briefly, just some of your thoughts on the address last night.
Yeah, I think the first thing is simply that the uniting message on Ukraine is important. That's something that we haven't had lately when we've been so divided. So that one provided an opening to the speech that, you know, helps bring our country together. Then there's a long list of issues that the president cares about. That's typical of a State of the Union. The immediate snap polls done last night were pretty positive, but remember that the people that watch the State of the Union are usually cheerleaders for the president, whoever that is. And so I would wait a few days to see whether there's any uptick in Biden's job approval.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the races in Wisconsin. We're about 5 months out now from the primaries for governor and U.S. Senate. Let's start by talking about the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate. This is the race that would replace Senator Ron Johnson. What did you find?
So here we're looking at Democratic primary voters, and Mandela Barnes is in the lead at 23%. Alex Lasry at 13, then Tom Nelson at 5, and Sarah Godlewski at 3, and then all the other candidates are at 2% or below.
So do people know, do voters know who the candidates are?
They don't know the candidates, and they haven't made up their mind. More than half are unsure who they will support in either of the two primaries, Republican for governor or Democratic for senator. The best known candidates are still not known to at least half of primary voters, and the least known are unknown to 95% of voters.
We're looking at the name recognition now. Rebecca Clayfish, 50%. She sort of leads the pack, I guess.
She is the best known after 8 years as lieutenant governor, now out of office, though, for 4 years. And her name recognition has actually fallen off a bit from where it was in 2018, but that's typical for people out of office. But for her, being known to half of the voters is still better than it is for Kevin Nicholson, who's in the 70% range of not known, and Tim Ramthun, who just got in the race, very unknown, over, well, in the mid 80% range that aren't aware of him yet.
You also looked at Governor Evers' job approvals from October to now.
And Evers' job approval has ticked up a little bit. It's at 50% approved, 41 disapprove. It was 45 approved, 46 disapprove in October. So from a -1 net rating to a +9, it's a good bit of movement in a few months since October.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Is it unusual, Charles, for voters to not know who they're going to be voting for at this point in the process?
Not at all. And people should look at these numbers and not think there's anything negative in how much people are unknown. Remember, in 2018, we had a really crowded Democratic gubernatorial primary field. And even as late as June, most of those candidates weren't known, and the front runners were still not well known throughout the state. This is going to be a fact as we go forward, and the interesting part will be as they spend and ramp up their TV advertising, how much better known will they get to primary voters. But I wouldn't expect to see those numbers move way up until we're into June or even July, just before the August primary.
And typically the turnout for primaries is not very high.
It tends to be low, and it tends to be the people who are more partisan, more engaged in the party. When we looked at the people who said they were most excited about voting, recognition is a little bit higher, but not enormously higher at this point. Likewise, a few more of them have made up their mind of who to support, but it's still in the mid-40s that haven't decided among those people most anxious to vote. So give it a while, and later focus on the most likely to vote in the primary.
Here we go.
Yes, here we go. We'll be seeing a lot of you, Charles. Great to see you today.
Thanks. Good to see you.
My pleasure.
Still to come at 4, the top cheeses from around the world are in Madison this week.
The World Championship Cheese Contest is underway as judges pick the best cheese in the world. We'll have more on that coming up after Dana's forecast.
Keeping them safe and healthy, it's our #1 job. So even though we've all heard that the COVID-19 vaccine is safe for kids, we still have questions. That's why our family decided to get the facts on the COVID-19 vaccine for kids right away. And to keep taking simple safety steps as we learn more. Help your kids stay safe and in school. Learn more at dhs.wi.gov/COVID-19/parents.
Nothing beats a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhafels. Right now, get a Tempur-Pedic Queen mattress for only $23.99 and get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Take your sleep to the next level with the Tempur-Pedic Ergo Base that automatically adjusts your position while you sleep to help reduce snoring. Queen bases start at just $24.99. And with Steinhafels special financing and free delivery, your new mattress has never been more affordable. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
We love our new apartment.
Great kitchen, open floor plan.
But there's not much privacy.
What happened to your wall?
At least Geico makes bundling our renters and car insurance easy.
Does save us a ton. What's on this chicken?
Paprika.
Paprika! I made it at home.
That's my catchphrase.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
I love you!
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
People with moderate to severe psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis are rethinking the choices they make, like the splash they create, the way they exaggerate, the surprises they initiate. Otezla, it's a choice you can make. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats differently. For psoriasis, 75% clearer skin is achievable with reduced redness, thickness, and scaliness of plaques. For psoriatic arthritis, Otezla is proven to reduce joint swelling, tenderness, and pain, and the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
Well, take a look at this. The world's largest puppet, a massive two-story porcupine, was unveiled in Los Angeles. The puppet comes from Jim Henson's Creature Shop and was made for the San Diego Children's Zoo. Percy the porcupine has 2,000 quills. She weighs over a ton, and her body circumference is nearly 40 feet. The quills alone took over 10 gallons of paint to make the stripes. That's the same amount as it takes to paint a small house. Percy was unveiled at the event with the LA school kids in Griffith Park.
I saw this earlier. I thought it was a guinea pig. I was way more excited when it was a guinea pig.
It's a porcupine.
But it's a porcupine.
It's very cool. Now, it's very cool. Does it come all the way out?
No, I think that's as far as it goes.
That's as far as it comes out. Okay.
He just comes out with, oh, but it blinks.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Is it traveling all around the country?
No, it's just going to the San Diego Children's Museum.
Okay.
So, road trip?
yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry, it wasn't the guinea pig.
I was really hoping that it was going to be.
You have guinea pigs, right?
I do. That's where, no, but we don't, yeah.
You should get a porcupine.
I should get a porcupine. My husband's told me only third graders have guinea pigs, so I know where I'm at with that. So, but they're so cute.
They are cute.
They are.
They are.
Do they whistle?
They do. They whistle.
We had guinea pigs when we were growing up all the time.
You did what with?
We had guinea pigs.
Had.
When I was growing up.
I heard 8. I heard 8.
When I was in 3rd grade.
Okay, in 3rd grade.
All right, time for the weather.
Yes, it's not roast Dana time. Goodness. We're going to be a little cooler outside tomorrow, and that's going to bring along, more of a March-like feel. Mark, you've thrown me off now. We got to go to break.
You're all flustered.
I'll be back with the forecast after this.
Allergy sufferers, bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. Today, the Coopers are a cost-conscious couple. But back in the day, not so much. Now, saving is more their style, which is why they chose Consumer Cellular. They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. And award-winning customer service. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and get $25.
Rising prices have hit us all pretty hard, especially utility bills. Here's how USA Insulation can help. When we wrap your home in our foam, it keeps your expensive warm air from leaking out, just like an insulated coffee mug. And with our low monthly payment plans, you can use your energy savings to help pay for it. Imagine a more comfortable home that saves you money. Call now and get a $500 discount on whole home insulation.
USA Insulation.
those look nice. Now you can get 2 pairs plus an eye exam and lens upgrade for $79.
That's such a good deal. I can't take it anymore. It is I, Macula.
Yeah, we know.
Unbeatable prices without the drama. 2 pairs of free eye exam and lens upgrade, just $79.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A cloudy sky overhead right now with a few isolated drizzle spots passing through. Most of the area will stay dry, but don't be surprised if you do see a few raindrops or a few small snowflakes on your drive home swirling around in front of the windshield. Right now, as we look over Madison, again, a generally cloudy sky for us. Temperatures in the low 40s, so still pretty comfortable, but our wind chill a bit below that thanks to our breeze coming in from the north in the low teens right now. Over the next about 2 to 3 hours, we'll have the small chance for light flurries or drizzle. Overnight, skies will stay variably cloudy to mostly cloudy. Temperatures early Thursday morning near 20, afternoon highs in the low 30s. So it's cooler outside, about 10 degrees cooler than today, and swinging back below average for Thursday. The good news, if you've enjoyed the mild weather, it bounces right back in for Friday and heading into Saturday. For Friday afternoon, high temperatures will be in the mid to low 40s, and then heading into Saturday, it's going to be quite mild outside. The downside to Saturday, though, comes along with quite a rain chance building in. We'll have scattered showers building in through the day. Could see a few isolated thunderstorms as well, especially for southwestern, stretching into Wisconsin into southeastern Iowa, with that line passing through overnight into Sunday morning. Could see a few light flurries early Sunday morning as things wrap up and move off to the east. Highs tomorrow in the low 30s, a variably cloudy sky and cooler for us. That cooler trend really shifting in our 6 to 10 day outlook, which moves us into the second week of March. And still above average with our precipitation chances due to that rain chance really building in for the weekend, and a few more opportunities to see some light snow next week. No major snow events really expected to build in for us as we look through the 10-day. Cooler Thursday, Friday in the low 40s, Saturday in the mid 50s with scattered showers and possibly a few isolated thunderstorms. Sunday night into Monday, we have the chance for some light snow. Temperatures for the middle of next week will be back up in the 40s, but we do see a cool down by the end of the week heading into the following weekend. A light snow chance for Thursday into Friday, and temperatures pull back below average. So hopefully it's still March. Nobody's put away the winter coat just yet. We might need it a few more times.
Yeah,
the second you do that,
yeah, that'll bring it.
That'll bring it. Right.
All right, Dana. Thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
The World Championship Cheese Contest is underway in Madison this week.
Josh Spreiter was in the 608 with more on the best of the best cheese at Monona Terrace.
The World Championship Cheese Contest is underway this week in Madison, and we're giving a little bit more of an idea of what this means for the community. We've got the Executive Director of the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association with us, John Umhafer. And John, I mean, this is the best of the best when it comes to cheese right here in Wisconsin, too.
From around the world. We've got 29 countries, 33 states, so the whole world is represented in that cheese-making realm.
And you guys have seen close to 3,000 entries for this week alone.
Right, and we were happy to get there because there's been a lot of logistics issues, but the cheeses did arrive and the judges arrived. It was good news.
So this is a little bit of a different year. You guys are back, but it's closed to the public, but you're happy to be here.
Right. We had to take some precautions for the safety of everyone because we have a world group coming in. So there's a lot of hard work to get those flights and get tested, and everyone's vaccinated here. So, but we did feel it was best to close it to the public.
So day 2 underway right now. What can people kind of expect through the rest of the week?
So today is the second day where we're looking in each class, like a class like marbled curd, for that best cheese. This is actually a gold medalist right here from Wisconsin too. And today we'll find the other half. We found about 50 yesterday, and we're going to find about another 50 gold medalists in each class, looking in those cheddars, those blues, those Gruyères. And then finally we'll take those on Thursday, judge them again, just those gold medalists, and find that one best of show, that one world champion.
What does it take to be a world champion? Because, I mean, like we mentioned, this is the best of the best when it comes to cheese.
Right, yeah, this is a technical judging, so the judges are staring at that finish, and this has got a great herb crust on it. They're taking a plug of it with their cheese knife and immediately smelling it to get that first bouquet, and then they're working it with their fingers for the body, and then they're putting it in their mouth while the cheese is warm and tasting it. It's a process that just a few hundred people around the world have mastered, especially with the ability to find about 50 defects with their palate. And then they score those with tenths of points, and you end up with a winner.
You know, this is pretty special because we get to host this right here in the Cheese State. We have some locals up here. I know Crave Brothers we've actually had here on our show before. You know, how unique is this for the area?
It's great for the area, and I have to tell you, it's great for the cheesemaker. The Craves and others that have won here, they will take this and market it, and we give away our logo saying you won for free, and they get a chance to get in the grocery store with our emblem, and we hope it helps sales, and we know it helps morale. I know they love winning.
All right, well, John, we appreciate your time this morning. And if you want to learn more about what's happening here at the Monona Terrace this week with the World Championship Cheese Contest, you can go to this story at channel3000.com. We're at the Monona Terrace in the 608. I'm Josh Breiter for News 3 Now.
Thank you, Josh. The World Championship Cheese Contest runs through tomorrow.
They announced the winner at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and it's live streamed.
Okay, great.
So you can watch it.
Best of luck to all of our local cheeses.
Well, who says working out only to benefit your body?
Coming up on News 3 Now at 5 next hour, learn more about burpees for bucks and how you can feel good and do some good in Madison this week. That's coming up at 5. I do too.
He should have used his power to serve Wisconsin. Instead, Ron Johnson served himself. An investigation found that Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. After the loophole became law, Ron Johnson cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since taking office. Look up the facts and tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
I can't take it anymore. It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free? Perfect.
I can change, honey.
Not you. These drafty old windows.
Oh.
It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free from Feldco.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 5, a stop in our state for the president at a speech in Superior. Find out what Joe Biden had to say about the Building a Better America infrastructure law.
A cold front will drop our temperatures for tomorrow. Friday won't be as cold, and Saturday will be very mild. As the storm system moves through the Midwest, we'll see a few thunderstorms Saturday afternoon and evening. I'll let you know if the mild weather will last at 5.
Then at 6, we'll take you to a new clinic in Middleton that's offering a promising treatment option for patients suffering from severe depression. On News 3 Now at 6.
Here's a live look at downtown Madison from our Edgewater Skycam. Not a bad day out there. A little cooler for tomorrow, so be ready for that. 2 years of dealing with the pandemic has been especially hard on children and teens.
And now many are worried and asking questions about the war in Ukraine.
Laura Podesta has more on how parents can approach these difficult conversations.
16-year-old Ava Felice and classmates gathered around the TV in their high school law class watching President Biden speak about the war in Ukraine.
We're like, oh my gosh, what's happening right now? Like, this is crazy. It's just another thing to be added onto the list.
The New Jersey teen says from school threats to COVID and now Ukraine, it's been a stressful time.
As a teenager, it's hard to see like what my next step will be because I don't know what the next step of the world is going to be.
Navigating how to talk to children about what's going on can be tough for parents.
What they really need to know, especially for younger kids, pre-adolescents, is that people do have wars. They have disagreements, but it's a place that is far, far away.
Cleveland Clinic pediatric psychologist Dr. Vanessa Jensen says parents should shield younger children from disturbing images. For teens, ask questions about what they know.
I want to keep you safe because you're my child, but I also want to talk to you. I want to learn from you. I want to learn with you. If they start talking about, are we going to have war here? The older the child, the more honest you can be. I hope not, but I can't guarantee you that in your lifetime, you'll never have a war.
I also think we have to trust our kids, that as much as we want to shelter them, they're a lot more resilient, I think, than sometimes we realize, and a lot more knowledgeable. I just really wish that there was more information out there that was accessible to us, or that more adults would tell us, you know, what's going on. Our generation is stronger and more resilient and more empathetic than a lot of adults may think.
And Ava believes her generation will make this world better. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
And Dr. Jensen also says taking action can help children understand what is going on around them.
For example, families could make a card for someone in the military or pray for the safety of Ukraine. Well, spring is in the air, and it's time to talk about plants.
If you have a question for Lisa Briggs, call now. There she is. Hi, Lisa. The number is 608-270-9933. Lisa will join us from the Bruce Company when Live at 4 continues.
The Lynx device stops reflux by using magnets to strengthen the muscle at the end of the esophagus, and this prevents acid from flowing from the stomach back into the esophagus.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
At
Pick and save. Every free pickup order is picked fresh and packed with care, or we'll make it right. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and save. Fresh for everyone.
It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different how? You saw high commission investment products, right?
Nope, Fisher avoids them.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Never at Fisher Investments.
Okay, then you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No. We structure our fees so we do better when clients do better. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Squeaky, creaky, leaky entry doors from big box stores should be ignored. Scott the window guy does entry doors. He can do yours and so much more.
We do entry doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from reflux, please join us for our upcoming seminar on the LINX device, a new and innovative treatment to stop reflux.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
A lot of green on the traffic map right now. That's what we'd like to see. No accidents to report in Dane County. And the Beltline actually still looks pretty smooth for us. It's about 4:45 right now. We aren't seeing any delays east or westbound along the Beltline. A few slowdown spots just around downtown and heading on University closer to Middleton westbound there. But nothing really major popping up for us. Same goes for Rock County right now, north and southbound along the interstate. All is green. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City and downtown to Sun Prairie. About 17 minutes for us this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
Dana, thank you. Blue and yellow drones lit up the skies over the South Korean port city of Busan last night in a show of solidarity with Ukraine. Around 1,000 drones rising vertically from the beach before forming the Ukrainian and South Korean flags. South Korea announced sanctions on Russian banks and other measures, joining the West's response to Moscow's invasion of Ukraine.
Boy, you never get tired of seeing those drone displays. That is amazing.
Well, it's time to get your plant and garden questions answered.
The number to call, 608-270-9933. It's a great day to call if you have a question. The phones are wide open. And Lisa Briggs joins us from the Bruce Company. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi there. How are you guys?
Great. I want that fern.
Oh, this one back here. Oh, no.
One of the front that's not a fern? That big, anyway.
Not in my immediate vicinity.
Is there anything we can do outside right now?
What can you do outside right now? Not really much. It's a little early. If this mild weather continues, you might be able to put in things like spinach or peas. Even, well, it's a little early for potatoes, but some of the cold crops you could be working on.
How about
you can certainly do seed for that stuff indoors, though.
Yeah, and pruning? Can you do any pruning now?
Pruning you can do. If you've got oaks that need pruning, you're going to want to do that before the end of the month. And if you've got evergreens with issues that need pruning, I would wait until end of June or early July. It's not a good time to prune evergreens.
And you talked about seeds. What can we start now?
Seeds inside, you can start cold crops like broccoli or Brussels sprouts, cabbage. You can start bulbing onions, not bunching onions, but the ones that, you know, get a onion head. If you want to do some prairie perennials, you could do that now. And you could also do any kinds of like small annuals like impatiens, pansies, things that are slower growing. You could start.
All right, let's go ahead and go to the phones, and we'll start with Virginia in Stoughton. Hi, Virginia. What's your question?
Hi, I've got some beautiful peony plants that bloom great every year, except after they're done blooming, I always get these black spots. What can I do in the spring to prevent this from happening?
Okay, so what you probably have is a fungal disease called botrytis. You get sort of purplish black spots on the leaves and then on the stems. Botrytis doesn't really hurt the plants long term. If it's just you just start to see them, you can go ahead and take them out, cut them out. If you get a big infection toward the end of the season, as long as it's past early September, you can cut those back. You want to get any of that leaf litter out. So on your peonies, you want to clean them up in the fall and not wait until spring so that you don't leave the inoculant around to reinfect.
All right. Good luck with that. Let's go to Cindy in Madison. Hi, Cindy. What's your question?
Hi. I got a plant from a friend, a beautiful plant. It's daffodils. And I've had it now for about 3 weeks. And it's grown, the leaves have grown very tall. There were blooms on it, but now those blooms have started to wither. And I'm wondering if there's anything I can do. Can I take it out of the pot and plant it in the ground?
Yes, you can. So if you have, if you've left the flower stems up, you're going to want to cut those back and not have those go to seed. And once the weather gets kind of nice, like on nice days today where the temperature is 45 or 50, you can put it outside for the day and it would be happy. Bring it in at night if it's going to be below 40. But then once your ground is workable, so that means that the frost is out and it's not sopping wet, then you could go ahead and plant that right in the ground. You may or may not get blossoms next year. Bulbs that are forced, sometimes that takes a lot out of the bulb, but certainly the plant will come up and in 2 years you should have flowers. Daffs are nice because they can take a bit of a shady spot, so you have a lot of places you can put it.
All right, very good. Let's go to Jeannie in Middleton. Hi, Jeannie, what's your question?
Hi, I have a large palm, very similar to what you're showing on your video, and the tips of the fronds are dying or turning brown, and I'm trying to figure out what causes that and how can I correct it.
So with palms, like things that have those longer leaves, ferns fall into that same category. Those browning tips are usually a sign of a couple of things. Could be a watering issue, so watch your watering, let your palm dry out to the top couple of inches before you water it again. We often forget that when plants are dormant, houseplants, that they need less water. So sometimes it's underwatering, sometimes it's overwatering. So just check that soil. You could get a soil meter, a moisture meter for sure. That would tell you. Also, sometimes temperature swings can get plants to do that sort of behavior if you've got them in a drafty spot. So maybe you want to think about that. But it's probably one of those two things.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you all for calling in. Lisa, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Lisa. Great to see you.
Yep, good to see you guys too.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Has the winter taken a toll on your roof? Call Feldco today and get free installation on your roofing project. Plus, no interest until 2023.
Ah, fresh coffee.
Hurry, free installation and soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Instead of being impartial, media outlets have become advocates for the Democrat Party. They got Joe Biden, who campaigned from his basement, elected president. Now they're covering up the disasters his policies created by attacking and censoring anyone who exposes the failures. But they can't hide inflation, higher gas prices, and rising crime from the people devastated by them. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message. I will continue to ask questions and uncover the truth.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Now, after years of talking about infrastructure, we're finally getting it done.
The day after the State of the Union address, President Biden makes a stop in Wisconsin to outline his Building a Better America plan. Find out what he had to say tonight on News 3 Now at 5.
Some say this drug can stop crippling depression in just hours.
Sort of like doing a reboot on your brain.
And it just got more accessible. Mark Kane takes you to the area's first ketamine clinic for a closer look tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Right now we have a cloudy sky overhead in Madison, a bit breezy though. Wind speeds in the mid to low teens. As far as temperatures, we're sitting in the low 40s right now for Madison and most of Dane County, but areas to the south seeing quite a bit of a temperature trend, a warmer trend for today. In fact, as we take a look at the bigger picture here, down into central and northern Illinois, temperatures in the 60s right now. In fact, areas even further south, I do want to expand this out even more. You could see in St. Louis in the 80s. The same goes with Kansas City. Now, we're not going to see that big of a warm up by the weekend, but there's going to be a little increase for us as we get closer to Saturday and into Sunday. We'll be right back.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Want great hires? Happy and productive employees? And a strong local economy for years to come? It all starts with affordable, high-quality child care for Wisconsin families. Partner with a child care program in your community and reach your shared goals together with a grant from Project Growth. See all the ways partnership pays at projectgrowth.wi.gov.
Sunroom savings season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Everything from decks and pergolas to screen rooms, porch conversions, patio rooms, sunrooms, and our new life room with retractable screens are on sale now. Let CoolView show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Get a new view from CoolView.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
In today's Final Touch, a new way to see New York City while you're in New York City.
It's called Rise NY, that is. It's a new indoor tourist attraction ride which opened this week. Visitors take a bird's eye view of city landmarks and seasonal events. Rise NY is located just off Times Square in the Theater District. Visitors strap themselves into a row of seats like an amusement park ride and are then lifted 30 feet off the ground inside a 180 degrees, 40-foot projection dome. The rows of seats rock back and forth to simulate how gravity would affect the body if someone were really riding through the NYC skyline. Visitors fly through Times Square on New Year's Eve, the 4th of July fireworks, through a subway system at Grand Central Station, and other